Hi, and welcome to hashtag for the health of it. Did you know that budgeting is great for your well-being? It's phenomenally good for your health. And that is all that I want to talk about today. We're talking about the zak, we are talking about the shelete, and for those who don't know what that means, we are talking about cash, money, mullah, coin, paper, gold, diamonds, whatever is money to you that allows you to put food on the table and a roof over your head. That is exactly what we are talking about today. So this is hashtag for the health of it with me, Ronald Advergy. And if this is something that you often check out and say to many people that, hey, I can't afford this because it's not in my budget. I can't go for lunch today because it's not in my budget. I can't buy coffee today because it's not in my budget. If that is your favorite phrase of January, this is a session for you to begin to flip it on its head. I don't want you to sit there scrounging the last few coins that you might have in your piggy bank or the last few coins that might be in that bottle or that jar that you stashed away, or you basically taking the cushions out from the couches to look underneath to see where's the 5 rands or something else of the sort. I don't want you to do that. I would love you to flip your relationship with money. I would love you to change the way that you view money. I would love you to get sexy with your relationship with money. And I can't wait for you to have as many money-gasms as you can as you enhance your relationship with money. But money and emotions are closely linked. I mean, whether it's the nagging guilt of occasional overspending or anxiety around debt or the mashonisas that are now chasing you and you're worried about that, or the frustration of overdrawn accounts, yet again, our relationship with money is tied directly to our well-being, our psychological, mental well-being, our emotional well-being, and of course, our physical well-being. I mean, how many of you are stressed right now because of money problems? I know I get stressed with money problems. Man, month in when we have to pay bills, it goes through the roof. But mental well-being and your well-being in general, as well as money, is a two-way street. Because our mental health impacts the way we manage money, and the way we handle money affects our mental health. Finance and feelings seem like two very different worlds, but they overlap in more ways than one. So how can we bolster our mental health in a tangible way? You have a budget. You use a budget. I know you must say to me, Ron, this budget story, you always hear about it. But I'm not saying how you should do your budget. What I am going to give you is the tools, information, and the science around what does the budget mean to you and will help your well-being. And then you can make a choice on how you do your budget, right? Because it's true. Because a budget might not be as fun as going for a spa day or going out there to buy a new pair of sneakers. What's more is that budgeting can take those things from a dream into a reality, and they can remove the guilt you may feel from purchasing it. Now that for me is priceless. Creating and sticking to a budget can do more than simply boost your bank account, because a budget puts you in control of your money. You control that zak. And when you feel like you've got a handle on your finances, you're more focused, you're less stressed, you feel less guilt and shame around your financial decisions. And this empowers you to live the kind of peaceful and prosperous life that you seek. The kind of life that includes an occasional guilt-free day of pampering or a gift. But before I take a look at how to simplify some of life's complicated emotions with some basic budgeting insight. Hey, wait. How many of you have this thing ringing? And when you see certain numbers, that 087 number, when you see an unknown number, do you put it on silent and you begin to put the phone away? You're afraid to answer those phone calls because you know it's those credit agencies calling you because you need to pay back what you've borrowed. Am I right? Cell phones. Sometimes they are a nuisance and sometimes they are a blessing. When we look at couples counseling between you and your money, I want you to imagine you and your money sitting in front of some thoughtful and inquisitive therapist. lie down nice on a comfy couch if you're so inclined or reclined and do some money meditation. What brought you and your money here? Now, it's tempting to say that the problem with money is not having enough of it. And that's very possibly true. But are you managing money in a way that you feel good about? There's always some superhero or a villain origin story when it comes to our complicated behavioral feelings regarding finances. Sometimes it involves unintentionally recreating or reacting to how money was handled in our childhood family homes. Maybe it's due to a fear of an experience of not having quite enough. And perhaps it's a symptom of some other issue, a desire to feel like you belong, or a brief and sometimes expensive escape from reality you don't want to acknowledge. You got to do some serious thinking about the problems you're having with money and why those issues may have started, and then wait for it. The good part, you got to forgive yourself. Acknowledge the reason. Take accountability for your part in it and let it go. Skip right to taking baby steps to fix it, which is making a budget and creating a day-to-day routine around keeping that budget. Here's the thing, it might sound boring, and you might be thinking, Ron, budgeting again and again. There are mental health benefits of budgeting. Many of us look at mental health and we say, we're stressed, we can't deal, the pressure. And many people look at us. I mean, I grew up in the Kasi, and they said to me, when you were stressed and, something wasn't going right and you were distant and just moody and all of those things. And it was a constant word of uyahlanya. But it's not that you crazy or mad in the head. It's because you're not managing the root cause of the issue, which is managing your wallet and what goes in your wallet and what stays in your wallet. Now, it sounds boring, you might be thinking, and you might say, I don't have enough time for this thing, and you might protest. But the reality is this. You probably wouldn't have listened so far if this topic didn't resonate with you at least a little. What do you have to lose, people? Let me give you some things you can lose. You can lose shame. Do you find yourself hiding packages from loved ones? Fudging the numbers just a little when you talk about how much you spent? Are you feeling too embarrassed to turn down social invites because you can't afford to go? You'd lose the feeling of helplessness. Does life feel impossible or out of control? Like you're just failing at adulthood altogether? Do money worries have you feeling like you may never escape the feeling of barely treading water? You can lose the feeling of being overwhelmed. Because do you feel weighed down by mental or physical clutter? Do you refuse to part with items in case you need them in the future and won't be able to replace them? Is denial your preferred method of money management? And guilt. Does the high price of a new purchase quickly get overshadowed by the babalas of regret? Do you frequently indulge in small items as a treat to make up for the big stuff you can afford? And then feel bad about those too? Whether your feelings are a consequence of spending or your spending is a byproduct of your feelings, a budget is the first step to finding some peace. Will it make you independently wealthy overnight? Hell no. But is it an actionable, tangible step that will bring you more focus and clarity and give you control over your spending, that will encourage you to be more realistic about your money and your lifestyle and find happiness in your relationships, in how you're living and what you're doing? When you wake up, you are less worried. When you close your eyes, you're not having nightmares about paying things back that you don't have the money for, but you have the sweetest of dreams because you're managing your money. The big picture is as follows, and budgeting is just one part of a complicated equation when it comes to mental health issues. Getting organized, creating systems of accountability, visualizing your progress, and being realistic about your money has a wide-reaching ripple effect on other areas of your life. It is easy to take the first step with the help of an established system. Self-improvement is a journey, and you may need additional help along the way in case you encounter any obstacles. But you have to start somewhere, and we have 2 clear steps for you to take. A readily available support team to be there for you, your tribe, your crew. And if you are ready to succeed, financially and otherwise. Let's go together. Check out myhealth360.co.za. We have all the information that you need to help you manage the stress and the issues associated with not looking after your well-being. It's time for us to get well doing. Let's do it today. myhealth360.co.za, click on the courses, have a look at what you could then invest into to help you mitigate the risk of ill health. But take the first step today, and perhaps today, here's my invitation to you. Make a list of all the expenses you have. That's all I want you to do. So that every week you know that at the end of the week, this is what you've got to pay. Transport, money, food, bread, school fees, kids, hair, makeup, false teeth, toothpaste, whatever it is, toilet paper, don't forget that, eh? And put it down on a list and have that number. And then I want you to log on to myhealth360.co.za, register for free, and join our crew and our tribe. And then post down there what you think you need to do to cover those every month. We are here for you to help you practice well-doing. The power and the ability is in your hands. Have an amazing and a safe weekend, and I will see you soon. If you've got any questions, post them down below. Any comments, post them down below. Subscribe to the channel. Check it all out. This is your space where you get all the information that you need daily to make informed health and well-being choices. Halala, My Health 360. Halala. See you guys soon. Cheers.